I forgot I was recording the whole entire time. I forgot to talk to you guys. Oh, all right. Well, just scalping short positions. The initial position here closed it a bit too early. If I'm being completely fair with you guys, I had seen this higher low materialize, and so I closed the first initial position. Coming back and realizing overall that this bullish momentum was not fair enough to break previous bearish structure, realized that the momentum was still skewed to the downside, took a short position, closed this position out after I saw this higher low form. So that was the second sell there. And then realized yet again that this bullish momentum was unable to break the previous bearish structure. And this was now a new 1, 2, 3 delta held pattern, as we can see. And so I entered in on this bearish momentum. I'm still currently floating in this position. However, I already pulled profit from this position as it was in some decent profit. So I shaved 2 contracts off the table. I'm just going to let the rest of it run. If it goes all the way down to the dark pool, cool. If not, it'll reverse. I guess now that means I can materialize this and take it to the higher time frame and kind of break down what I was seeing for you guys. So we'll jump up to the we'll jump up to the 15-minute time frame. So actually, as a matter of fact, we'll go to the 30-minute chart. Like I said, this trade might it might get stopped out, which is cool. It's not a big deal if it does. But I was looking at this on the 30-minute time frame as a break of structure. So we had this previous bullish move, create a higher low, and shift all the way up to the top of this delta. All right. Then yesterday, we had this massive shift in momentum where sellers clearly showed their hand and broke all of this previous structure. So we were operating in this kind of bearish leg here. And so I was looking at this bearish momentum or these sell bases to the upside holding precedence, where price is clearly making lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, and then kind of just in this consolidation phase underneath of the dark pool at the 25129. And so what I was seeing today is that we're likely to continue this overall downwards momentum. Again, that's my current bias. If we shift, we see a bullish reaction or we see buyers take over, then I obviously, of course, need to adjust to that. But the fundamental backdrop is skewed risk off as we had sticky and troublesome inflation. We didn't have labor market data today that supported aggressive Fed easing. We've had hawkish Fed speakers. This week, we had a hawkish FOMC meeting in minutes. And obviously, of course, we have an uncertain environment in regards to the ceasefire in Iran. All right. And so I was kind of trading on tandem of that backdrop. We know that New York session is not going to sell from a discount, which is where they got past price action today. They're going to push price up into a premium from where Asia and London session were selling from. And so if we were to, annotate the Asia and London session highs, those two highs come in from here and here. And so you can see today, New York session pushed price up into a premium. I was looking at sales from this area. As soon as price came up into this area, taking the initial first trade, we'll now jump down to the second chart. All right. Once price came up into my higher time frame area of interest here, you can see that immediately following the bullish push, effort versus results, we see buyers stall out, and instead we see a lower high formed, and we see, excuse me, and we see a support broken. That was where I took my first initial sell position. And I wrote that down and explained to you guys why I had taken partials from this first position because of the higher low that was formed and the attempt by buyers here to absorb sellers. All right. Then carrying on, I broke down for you guys why I took the second position. I had originally started to try to shift my bias, as this could have been a delta held pattern on the lower time frame. We have a break of structure. We have a higher low that is formed. However, I realized that this first initial push here, this first initial bullish push, did not have enough momentum to come up into the EMAs. So I switched my analysis and realized that the buy momentum did not break the EMAs, took the first short here, closed that sell position after we violated structure. Again, we had another shift in momentum here where buyers tried to regain control. I realized that that buy momentum had stalled out and was not viable enough to break previous bearish momentum. Realizing that this was just another continuation pattern, or a 1, 2, 3 sell delta held. Price was remaining underneath of the triple moving averages. I went ahead and added this last sell position that I'm currently still floating in. As we can see, the moving averages are still acting as a resistance. That gave me the confidence to trade in tandem with this bearish momentum. I'm going to hold this position. I've already shaved profits down here when we had this slight bullish uptick in this candlestick here, to see if we can come down into the dark pool before I close this trade in full. All right. So really great trading day. Hope that you guys enjoyed that real fast, quick breakdown. And I hope that you guys enjoy that you have a mentor that is, willing to put his analysis on the line, record himself live every now and then. Sorry, I totally forgot that I have been recording, or else I would have talked through this the entirety of the live recording session. But at least you guys can kind of see how I execute positions. Calm, cool, collective. There was no stress on my part, not freaking out. I wasn't drawing on my charts and analyzing price action with a bunch of lines and congestion in the heat of the moment in the live market. And this just again goes to show that what we teach here at CYPRX, and if you're patient, you use proper risk management, you can come out on top in these markets. All right. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the next breakdown.